Hello, everyone. Welcome to AnimeCons TV. We haven't been here for a while, but we're back with our end-of-year predictions. We're going to review the predictions we made last year.
Yeah.
And we'll make some new predictions and start from scratch and see how we do next time. So first we'll run down the predictions we made last year. And right off the top, they're not too good. So who wants to go first?
Was easy.
All right, Rob. Your prediction last year was that we would have more episodes this year than we did last year. Last year we had 24 episodes. This is our 5th episode this year.
I doomed us all. You can blame me. I'm the one who caused it all.
I'm impressed we had 5.
I know. I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah. Well, we'll have 6. This is the 5th. And Doug is going to be in all of them. Like,
yeah,
he's pitched a perfect game here.
I'm the hardest working member of this crew, apparently.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. So yeah, Shiva, your prediction was that you would hate Star Trek Picard.
So, I mean, obviously my prediction's a cop-out because it's about myself. But at the same
well,
time,
it's about the show quality too. So
show quality. So I will give it this. I was afraid it would be bad, and it is not bad. It's a really good show. A lot of people love it. I had a hard time as like a TNG fan identifying with it, and I guess I didn't hate it, but I don't know that I liked it. I'm still very confused about it. I think I really have a trouble with the whole new Trek stuff in general relating to it. I feel like it's very different. And I also know that's kind of a cliche for Trek fans in general. They never like the new one, right? So I mean, I don't want to I feel like I have to look at it in the rearview mirror more. But I will say I was afraid. The prediction really wasn't I would hate it. The prediction was probably more accurately, I was afraid it was going to be bad, and it wasn't bad. So I'm glad to be wrong in that respect.
But we didn't hear about Beverly Crusher.
No, we did not.
Which was a concern of yours.
I'm really salty about, but they didn't. And 7 is now, into women, so that means she's probably not with Chakotay. So that's cool too.
Yeah, he didn't even get mentioned. So.
No, which I mean is probably good. I can just pretend he's married Janeway, and it's fine.
Maybe.
Well, then, if we're talking about shipping, then I'll go into my prediction for 29 from last year, which is that the FedEx guy was going to be a guest at Dragon Con, and there was going to be a massive photo shoot. Well, that didn't happen because there's no Dragon Con.
Yeah, we were getting that lined up too.
Yeah, I keep thinking about all the people that probably paid obscene amounts of money for used FedEx uniforms on eBay right after Dragon Con last year, and now they just didn't use it. Yeah.
Now, is he still going to be a thing next year?
No, it's over.
Yeah.
I don't even think the monolith's going to be a thing by next year. It would have been funny if it was this year. There would have been a monolith, but I think it'll be.
And so my prediction was, I actually got it right, sadly, was that Vic Mignogna wouldn't be the end of Me Too. And he wasn't. Just a little month or so ago, some accusations came out about Quentin Flynn. So there's that. And Elizabeth, you made a prediction the year before last.
Whoops.
That was more accurate than anything we've made here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You predicted that there would be more virtual events.
I'm sorry.
We're just a year early.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, your prediction for this year was that there'd be more niche events, like Hallmark's Christmas Con, and more one-day festivals, like a Harry Potter bar crawl.
Yeah, there weren't any of those. I mean, there might have been some planned that ended up not happening, and maybe I feel like this year either completely torpedoed it, and then this is going to go into my prediction for next year, is it might be easier for smaller one-day niche things to kind of sneak in. I don't know. I'll talk about that later.
Well, it seems like a Harry Potter bar crawl would be torpedoed for multiple reasons this year.
Yes.
So there's that. But we did have a viewer prediction too. New Bro 144 said more organizations will cancel their con at the last minute or fold. And the oversaturation of Funko Pop vendors will reach its critical point, and the bubble will burst, and variety merch will fill its void. Nope. And the same fate as Beanie Babies. So,
Yeah.
well, con's canceled, but not for the reasons he probably thought. But we do have some predictions for 2021. Who wants to go first? Who wants to share?
I went last. I'll go first. So my prediction is that there will be more either 2-day Saturday, Sunday, or 1-day Saturday events, as I think some cons might be kind of tentatively putting their foot back in the water. They might be short on cash and can't do a longer typical 3-day event. But I think the big ones, like the big cons, are still going to be 3 or 4, 5 days, or however long they are. They're still going to get, because people want to go back to those. But yeah, that's my prediction for next year.
I think in line with that, my prediction is the first major convention to come back is going to be Dragon Con next year. Just timing wise, I think best case scenario, that might be the earliest, because it's Labor Day weekend, that you could have a large scale event if, you know, the vaccine program rolls out and things go well. So that'll be my prediction. Plus they came really close to having it this year, so I don't feel like they're going to cancel it.
I'm predicting really that I think some cons might actually go bankrupt because the vaccine is out and they can't use force majeure, but not enough people will attend them to keep them afloat. Either they don't feel safe or they can't travel because they don't, they're not inoculated, things like that, but they'll get in a legal trouble, not like or financial trouble because the state or whatever venue says, oh, there's a vaccine. You have to have your event. It's in your contract. You can no longer cancel. And I think they might get into some trouble. And I think some bigger cons might be able to weather the storm if they've had good financial planning. But I don't think that'll happen for everybody. And I think it'll happen more to smaller cons that don't have a lot of cash on hand or things like that.
Along those lines, I keep thinking back to when we were planning Providence Anime Conference, and we realized this is going to be poorly attended. We might want to just cancel it and call it quits. And we looked at the contracts and realized it would actually cost us more money to cancel than to have the convention and nobody shows up. So like no admission or anything. And so I'm wondering, like maybe some cons will, if they can't get the force majeure, can't cancel and get everything refunded, maybe just technically have the convention, but don't promote it. Don't tell anybody it's happening. Just say, yep, stay home. We're not having events. They'll still rent out the space and pay the fee, but maybe, hopefully, if it's not safe, they'll tell people to stay home.
I'm also one of the ones that were like probably in trouble before all this happened, similar to like businesses that might have been kind of teetering before. This is going to push them
they're
over
looking
the
for
edge.
2020 to be their big year. And then nope.
Yeah, and my prediction is that it's going to be uncertain when cons can come back. So I think we're going to see a lot of cons just, if they haven't signed contracts for 2021 already, they're skipping this year. They had to cancel last year. They'll skip this year and say, no, we'll just play it safe, come back in 2022. So we're going to see fewer cons even announce 2021 dates. They're just going to either, shut down and not come back, like Doug said, or they're just going to skip the year entirely. Be like, all right, see you guys next year.
It's interesting to see some of the cons that actually did happen because they happened early enough in 2020 way early canceled their 2021 because they saw it coming. Like,
Yeah.
it's almost like they won twice. They got to have their event in 2020 and they got to get out of 2021 before they were like, they owed anybody anything.
And as I was updating the convention listings on fancons.com, I did notice interesting trends where, the first conventions that are just, a month or two out would cancel. And then they started to trickle out to later in the year, especially the larger conventions. And it was odd seeing the trends. Like, there was one weekend in October, a lot of people rescheduled too. It was like October 10th. There were going to be a ton of conventions suddenly. And then those start to go away as people realize, yeah, not yet. So, but that's something we can talk about with trends in our next episode, which is our year in review. And so, see you guys next week with another episode. What? 2 episodes in 2
episodes.
What kind of show are you guys running here?
Professional.